What is up? Man, it is one of a kind with RVD. And guess who's here, guys? Guess who's here? It's RVD. Rob.
Yeah, I'm going to get that right one of these times. Yep. Good evening, Dom.
Good evening. You've had a busy week so far, huh?
Yeah. And that's why we're doing this. Well, no, actually, Thursday was our regular day, so this isn't so odd. But yeah, we're throwing this all over the map lately, and that's cool because our fans are flexible. They got flexible minds and flexible spines, and they're willing to go along. But yeah, I just traveled today. Usually, I don't want to do anything when I come back because the traveling and not sleeping, but instead, getting at the airport early and time change, all that always leaves me a little compromised on at least the day when I get home, and usually I'll take the next day off too. But because of my schedule, this is the best day to do this.
Basically the only day we got that way.
So let's do it. So, but in case I'm not quite as sharp as I normally am and impressing myself and everyone with the names I can drop and the facts and the dates, I got a little help this week.
You do have a little help, and it's not me. It is not me, Rob.
Please bring in our guest and my tag team partner in life, the one and only Sabu. Hey, what up, brother?
What's happening?
What's happening, Sabu?
I forgot your name, but hello, you too.
Thank you, Dominic. That's okay.
He called me Terry, so fuck
I
him.
did. I shoot called him. I felt horrible after I did.
Yeah, I can always tell like when someone's full of crap when they trying to sound like they're good friends with him and call him Terry. I'm like, yeah, you know him.
Yeah. I'm glad you let me pass those Sabu, so thank you.
Yeah, it's no big. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I have to. Rob's my buddy.
Yeah, right. So cool. When's the last time you guys were actually together? It wasn't too long ago, right? Yeah, he picked you up from
a couple weeks ago. We hung out at the bar.
Oh, there we go. Sweet.
That was the last time, huh?
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, the ECW show in Queens, the ECW signing.
You're right. Yeah. Hey, is
Um,
that lighting okay?
Yeah, you're good. It's totally fine. Yeah, it actually is pretty good. Actually, now I see it more. Yeah.
I'm sorry about my dog crying in the background, right?
Oh, I didn't even hear it. You're good.
No,
you're all right
either. Does he need help?
He's being tortured.
What kind of dog you have?
I got 2 pit bulls. They're not really mine. It's my roommate's, but I treat them like mine.
Yeah. Pit bulls, they can be nice dogs for sure. It's like
these 2 dogs are the most beautiful natured dogs in the world. They don't even bark at nothing. And I try to get them to bark, but they're the direct opposite of the reputation of a pit bull.
Right.
A sissy bull.
Yeah. That's it. But
I wouldn't want it any other way. My dogs don't fight for me. I fight for them.
Yeah. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right, my Barbie keeps the house safe. I'm not gonna lie.
She does. You can see it. You can see her monitoring the whole landscape and everything like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I smoke?
No, not at all.
We don't care if you burn.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, Sabu, we just talk. I don't know what you do on your show. I will find out soon, but we usually talk a few topics, whatever, as opposed to just an interview. You know what I mean? So that way I can still be the whole effing show.
Right.
Did you see Sabu? Did you see my match last night?
No, I didn't. I was sleeping. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. As long as you didn't fall asleep watching it, that's okay.
No, I was sleeping before that.
Okay.
How did it go?
It was good. It was good.
Interesting.
Liked it. Good comments, but it was a 6-man tag, and those are a lot. Those are complex. Trying to figure everyone being in the right spot and looking, so there's a lot of chaotic energy to it and stuff, but it was fun. And crowd was awesome. Of course, RVD got the biggest pops ever. So
you got big time pops, man. You got the RVD pop right there. It happened. You know.
Cool.
I'm not surprised.
What's that?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's a 6-man, the timing and everything like that. You know, it's like not necessarily my favorite match, you know, but it's not my least favorite either, because least favorite for me is the Battle Royal. And that's because it's just, you know, it seems almost pointless. Like not all the attention's on me, not even a sixth of the attention is on me, you know, a 10th, a 20th or whatever. And so, you know, it's like, hey, let's all go see if we can get the biggest guy out. You grab a leg, I'll grab a leg. And it's just not my favorite story as an artist to go out there and do. But it is one of the easiest matches, I guess, as far as the least amount of work. I mean, it's still not something a normal human could do. You're still going to go through, depending on how long you're in the ring, you know, 10, 20, 50 cartridges. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I don't like battle royals either. I don't like 8-man or 6-man tags either. Tags okay if it's with you. With anybody else, I don't like it.
What would you say is your most hated match? Probably battle royal, Sabu, if you had to go with.
No. Yeah,
probably. Yeah. No, it's a schmoz, that's for sure, if you will.
Yeah. In Japan, even though I still, you know, wasn't my favorite to do the 6-man and 8-man, they started me out on that a lot when I was really young and to protect me or whatever. And it was so competitive. Like, I'd be tagged in. I would have like no idea, you know, what I'm going to do or who I'm in there with. And it was that competitive, just trying to look good and impress people while this dude's trying to do the same thing on you. So the give and take, body language, all that, it was something that was, I remember that as being like so real, you know, like I'm gonna go out there and
do you remember that time Fucci wanted me to do the junior heavyweight battle royal? I said, I'm not doing that. He goes, why not? I said, I'm no junior heavyweight.
Yeah, I do.
We talked about that, Sabu. Like how
Rob goes, I'm not doing it either.
Yeah. Rob mentioned about how they wanted to put him in the junior heavyweight division, or like get him the belt, and you were like, don't get the belt, do not get the belt, and you explain why, because you'll always be noted as a junior.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Pretty interesting stuff. Rob, how did it feel to kind of too? We mentioned it last week about you getting back in the ring with Samoa Joe and working with him again, and kind of all that aspect. I know it was a 6-man tag, a trios match, but how did it kind of feel to do that?
It was good, you know. I mean, all those guys are good, but it's not, like I said, it was a little bit chaotic. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was in the ring with Joe, but it might have been, you know, a couple of moves here and there, or it could have been a save or whatever. There was just like so much going on. It's not the same as actually like as being in there and you know, wrestling around with somebody in the ring for a little bit. Although that does happen, that is part of the match, and people pair off and do that and stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I guess I feel like I was in there a long time actually for the match. So I was in there, people taking turns whipping on me and stuff for a while. I know that, but yeah, but it was cool. Everyone's good, and everyone at AEW, not everyone, but a lot of guys like really went out of their way to make me feel appreciated and welcome. And
that's how I felt when I was there. That's how I felt. Everybody was pretty cool.
Yeah. They were like, hey, some of us might be a little apprehensive about coming up and telling you this, you know, but we're all like so excited that you're here and like, it's so stoked. And it's just, man, it's so cool. And, you know, there was a few particular guys that said that. And I'll just, you know, I'll always remember that because that stands out. It's definitely puts me in a different perspective than in WWE, where I kind of just felt like replaceable, expendable. Might be there next week, might not. I never know how to feel, you know.
Right.
You know, didn't know. I never knew if I was really being appreciated or not there because there was so much balance of different energies conflicting.
the pressure was kind of off more so in AEW. You can kind of have that a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah. Pressure, yeah.
Yep.
Totally no pressure. Yeah. I grabbed the referee last night, Sabu. Like I wanted to go in there and make a save, and I was like, damn, I'm not gonna make it. And then she got down like right between me and the cover. And I'm like, I'm not gonna make it in time. And I don't even know if we're the baby faces or heels. You know what I mean? But I just grabbed her and pulled her out right on the 2. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And just like I had to do something.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever done that before.
You know what? I saw that. It was like the camera kind of caught it.
Okay, yeah. I wondered if they had to explain why I wasn't disqualified or anything for that. But that was just
mention it on air. I don't think. But
interesting.
Yeah.
I remember pulling Fonzie out for some reason a few times. It was a similar feel, but I don't know if I've done that with the ref. I guess I probably have. So like maybe working with Tommy Dreamer, we might have done that.
Yeah, I think you guys might have did it in my barbed wire match. Didn't you and Dreamer do a run in and pull the referee out or something?
Maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not above you.
Cool. Yeah. I was just saying, if you stay alive, if you stay alive long enough, you get experience doing everything. And that goes in the big picture and also in little things like that. If I wrestle long enough, it's hard. I said it's hard to find a move that I didn't already do, even if it was 30 years ago.
Right.
Well, Rob,
that's not entirely true. Not that they're doing 2 flips and spins and stuff, but that's a higher risk.
It is. Those are the high risk.
But it takes away from it trying to be a wrestling match. It makes it more of a gymnastics match.
Yeah, it is taking over and taking the place of the fundamentals of the match, and that's something. It doesn't look like a
rugged wrestling match. It looks like a gymnast routine.
Moves like a move. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah,
bad mouth it because I can't. But I'm just saying, even if I could wrestle today, like I always said, I would not change the way they are now. I'd stay the way I was.
Right. I think I mentioned it today too on my other podcast with Gagne and Greg Gagne and Magnum TA that Rob was talking about too, how he does all the moves, and like you're known for your types of moves and your guys' unique styles, but like there was the in between that you guys would always be focusing on too, and now that's not necessarily a huge focus a lot of the time.
No, yes, I'm glad you brought that up. It's very true. It's the in between what makes character, not the move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not only that, but for me, Sab, it was become the mindset. Like I always say, like I can't, I don't know if I could see me, being teaching or a seminar or something, but there's a lot that I could tell wrestlers and help them with if the opportunity was there, that I don't necessarily want to say like on here to all the fans and stuff, but the way you guys train me always put me in the mindset to where, the moment's always real to me. So I'm never going to like stop what I'm doing to example. All right. So like last night, I'm talking about the chaos, right? Boom, boom. I did this hot comeback. Boom. And, everyone's out of place and I'm running all over this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. And anyway, I went over the rope and did a guillotine leg drop on Swerve, yeah. Told you, I'm tired, dude. On Swerve, and then I wanted to. I started climbing up the top rope to do a crossbody, but Cage is like already there. So what a lot of guys would do is they still go up there, stand, pose, whoosh, and go as high as they can, even though Cage is already standing there and stuff. I can't do that because in my moment, I'm like, oh shit, I got to get him right now. I had to run up there and jump and go as soon as I could. And I wish I would have been able to get all the height and shit, but I didn't have time. That's just like I rarely will do the RVD on the top before I do the splash. I got to really feel like my dude is knocked out and down. Otherwise, I get up there and I'm like, shit, I want to hit this to score the victory. And I can tell that that's not the mindset of a lot of the newer guys that are trained now. They're not trained with that.
Yeah, they're taking for granted the guy's not going to move or resist, or they're taking for granted he's going to stay there. Even though if you hit him weakly and have him sit there for 5 minutes, they're going to stay there.
Mm-hmm. One thing Katie said, I asked Katie, you saw my match or whatever, or did you see my comeback? I don't know what it was, something, but one comment she said was, you were like it looked like you were like looking around a lot and stuff. That was different. Like normally you just, like flow or whatever. And I was just like, okay, anything else? And I took that as a compliment because I hate it when somebody, they'll climb up to the top rope, not even looking to see if their opponent is down there or not, and with their back to the ring, and then do a moonsault and just know their person's going to be there. Like, no, I can't do that.
Right.
Like a glorified trust fall. That's what it is. Like you're not looking, oh, I know somebody's going to be there.
Yeah, a trust fall. You're trusting that he's going to stay there for you.
Yeah.
Without even knowing if the person got into the position in the first place. It's like, it's too real in my mindset. What I'm doing, my perspective, everything is I'm really doing that, experiencing it. So that would be the thing that I would try to get across to help people that aren't trained that way, because it was all about that. Like, what are you doing? Fucking cover him. His shoulders are he's on the mat. You trying to win or what? Get on him. And that was the way that I was trained by Sabu and the Sheik.
Yeah. Sabu with all that kind of stuff too. I just did an interview, or Brian Solomon just interviewed me, the author of the Sheik book, and he
Solomon, yeah.
Yep, and he was talking to me about how the Sheik was just training you like around the areas, to the territories, just strictly mostly mat wrestling kind of stuff starting off. And then like once you guys were going to Giant Baba in Japan and stuff like that, he told you to like kind of let loose and like show what
FMW, but yes, you're right.
Oh, FMW, that was it. Yeah.
My first few years was no high spots. I got to do a drop kick from the top rope in practice, but not during a match. No fighting outside the ring, no diving outside the ring, no chairs, no nothing other, not even a finish. Fight to the death for 10 minutes, And then when I went to Japan before the first, like I was practicing other stuff with Rob in the backyard and by myself and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had a tackling dummy. And when I didn't have nobody to practice with, when nobody's around, I'd do this stupid, crazy stuff to it. And my uncle was watching me, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, right.
Because he never said nothing. I figured if he was watching me, he's going to tell me to stop. But anyways, before I go to the match, go out in Japan, a couple minutes before I go to the ring, I go, Sheik, what do you want me to do tonight that's different than anybody else? I'm just a fucking regular guy. And he goes, do that shit when you think I'm not watching. He goes, you know what I mean? That stupid shit you're doing in the backyard, killing yourself. Now's the time to do it. So I didn't have time to tell the guys I was wrestling to do it, Mark Starr and Horace Boulder. So I just went out and kind of did it, forced it, and they thought I was shooting with them. But they go like, holy fuck, what's this guy doing? But I was forcing my moves because they didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
And, it was my time to go. In my 7th year in the business, I was ready. There wasn't like, a couple more matches, I'm ready, or next year I was ready. There was no more ready for it,
Were you happy you had that length of a time period to really?
I am now, but back then it was frustrating because I knew I had the skills. I just didn't have the push, or the company to appreciate, to do something for me. But since it took so long, it made me appreciate everything, and I'm proud of it that it took so long. It wasn't that I took long because I was numbskull. It took long because I was being taught thorough.
The thorough training kind of thing. Rob, how long was it for you in between that kind of window when you started kind of like getting more?
When Rob came in, I was wrestling 5 years already. So I kind of spun Rob up to my level.
Yeah, sped up the process a little bit.
Yes, within reason. I didn't neglect nothing. Just that I had him get through stuff quicker than I got through it because I wanted to learn too. So he taught me how to do a backflip. And I taught him some other stuff, but if it wasn't for him, I was gun shy and doing a backflip. I couldn't do it, and I watched him and his buddy do it all the time, like nothing. I go, fuck, I got to do that. That was before there was moonsaults.
Yeah,
wow. And that's Dango. That's Dango. We talk about a lot on here.
Yeah, he was a good friend. Yeah, he had the talent too. He just he had a girlfriend or something he didn't want to leave.
Couple times, different girls, but that was his deal. He didn't like being on the road, and he missed the family, and it's rough. I've felt the same way, but made the other choice, and
right.
That's what life is. It's all about choices and your own priorities. What works for you, to keep you on your path. So you can't say someone's wrong or right for whatever works for them.
He had a hell of a career anyways. He was a fireman, so there's nothing.
Yeah.
He's a fireman too? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he was a fireman.
Oh wow.
A lot of people
actor and a stunt man.
Yeah.
Yep, all that shit. And wrestler. And I say a lot of people would say Rob should have never fucking smoked weed, man. He'd still be the fucking champion now, or shit like that. And I was like, hey, I love smoking weed. It makes me happy.
Priorities.
It makes me, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's it.
But again, that's just the image. They can think that because they only know me as the image, not the full actual multi-dimensional person that has things that people have, needs, desires, dreams, wishes, an image. Yeah. If that's all I was just a wrestler trying to make it as high as I could, no pun intended. and that was my main goal in life above everything else. Well, like maybe it was at one time when I was 18 or whatever, but perspective changes and stuff. So, obviously, look at me. I'm a happy mofo. We're gonna slur a little bit less and see if people notice on here.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we gotta try to implement that a little bit. Hey Rob, somebody that was happy to see you too. I happened to notice
could you give me 2 minutes or 1
absolutely
minute?
Yeah. Yeah, go.
No worries, dude.
Yep,
stay as long as you want, by the way.
But somebody that was happy to see you too was Tony Khan. I happened to see a video on Twitter of him doing the thumbs at the end.
Because I was walking. I guess I was the last one to walk out up the ramp, and they played my song out. And I thought that was cool because the fans were super cool. Like they treat me like I've finally reached a legend status. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And so they were playing my song, and the crowd was chanting. I had to give him one more before I went out the back. So I said, "You do it with me. Do it with me." I said the whole effing show, and I was afraid that he still wasn't going to get it. And I was like, "He knows what I'm doing, right? I'm just going to do it." Rob, damn, he was there with it. He was there with it. Made a clip. You saw it. You enjoyed it.
Yes. He didn't do the Linda McMahon gooseneck once.
No, not this one. That would have been that. That would have been bad. Fans would have ate him up for that.
Yeah, that would have been rough times right there.
Sabu, every once in a while, somebody will say to me, "I like that thing you do where you touch your shoulders," and they
don't know it's a thumb.
No, every once in a while. I mean, that's happened at least 5 or 6 times over the years. Yeah, it's weird.
I never heard that.
Linda McMahon was the first one. That's really cute. Where you say your initials. And,
that's where you got that from.
Yeah. I don't know how they see that, but whatever.
They can't see it's a thumb.
Or their brain twists it in their memory, I guess. I don't know.
Sabu, does anybody ever screw up the simple point?
Well, yeah, because they go like this, and it's kind of, it doesn't matter. But I'm pointing at something. I'm pointing at something and looking, even when there's nothing there. And it's not like this, like number one. It's like,
it's like, hey, you got to go this way.
But I don't care if they mess up. Just when people do it with me, I tell them what I'm doing, not just to point up. And if they want to just point up, go ahead. But if they want to do what I'm doing, then.
One time a fan said, "I love your 5-time frog splash." He had it all fucked up.
I love you 5-time, man.
Well, he's almost right. You guys traveled together.
Yeah, we were traveling together. Actually, when he said he wasn't with me that day, but that was way back then when he said that. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be in Chillicothe or whatever that's called on the 8th. Chillicothe. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I think I'm managing you.
Did you just hear Dylan say that one time, or have you heard something about that again?
That's the only time I heard him say it.
Okay, because I don't know if he was joking or serious, and if they didn't tell you that.
No,
cool.
He got sick because he ate and smoked weed.
Oh, geez.
He was trying to fit in with everybody else. He got sick, so that's why he flipped out.
Yeah, it seemed like his sugar dropped, and he was weird.
It wasn't sugar. He was so stoned.
Oh, geez.
He was just that?
Yeah.
Rob, a big sponsor that we're happy to have is Get Blitzed. THC Lit Aid. Get enthused with some infused THC Lit Aid. And Get Blitz. There's so many different flavors, from key lime pie to cherry to so many more, pina colada. Good stuff. And guys, it's legal in all 50 states, so you can get it anywhere. Just head to get-blitzed.com and use promo code RVD to get 15% off your order. And I tell you what, Mickey Ray, Sinatra, and Courtney, they know what they're doing. It's a great product, and a lot of people like it, and it's an easy way to kind of get that high but feel good about it. So go to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD to get 15% off. Thank you, Get Blitzed.
Everyone was like, dude, what are you doing smoking? Put that down. That's not you. What do you mean?
He ate some also. He thinks it was nothing, candy. And
edibles. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but eating is a different buzz, and smoking is a buzz if you're not used to it. But eating is a different buzz.
Everybody's got the same edibles OD story, I wasn't feeling anything, so I ate a little bit more. Everyone's got that story.
Nice. It exactly happened to me.
Yeah, of course.
I woke up naked in my bathroom,
from edibles.
Edibles. Yep.
I never had eaten that good.
Yeah. It was rough times.
Melissa I gave her a cookie one time, a half a cookie. When I wasn't looking, she ate a whole cookie, and she flipped out for 3 days. She never did it again, though, but she just couldn't take it. Her system couldn't take THC.
Yeah. It can be
edibles are so popular. The people that would never smoke will eat edibles. And I guess they probably think that the smoke is going to be bad for them. That would be a common man thing to think, which I've said many times on here. No, not when it comes to the magic smoke. There's no evidence ever of that causing damage. And I myself, as an example, Sabu, I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you I got my lungs x-rayed?
No.
Just not because I was having any problems, but just wanted to, for documentary purposes. And anyway, had 2 different doctors look at the images, and they both said no inflammation, no sign of smoking, no discoloration, completely healthy, normal, clear. They said clear. One of them used that word.
Not even damage from smoking weed?
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah, which I'm not surprised, but I think that a lot of people, because I can feel, healthy, and I feel like I know I can hold my breath and I can stretch my lungs, and but a lot of people would need that doctor's recommendation in order for them to give it any credibility. So that's why I bring it up. I think a lot of people would be fascinated with that. Maybe I can put the images up or something, because there's probably some haters that are probably still like,
you got bad lungs.
Do you wheeze a little bit? Do you wheeze at night sometimes?
Nope. No, sir.
I've been wheezing for years.
But you also smoke cigarettes.
Yes, but not on a regular basis.
But you smoked a lot more than I have.
Okay,
I smoked zero cigarettes.
I think I have cigarette lung damage.
Yeah, but I don't know. Back in ECW, you used to smoke a cigarette every time you smoked weed. You'd light up a cigarette.
That was on the road, and that was before a match.
But that damage.
After I went home for 4 days, I didn't smoke no more, only weed.
Now you sound like Bobby Duncombe Jr. saying, I don't even drink at home. He comes out and has a tolerance to handle like 8 cases of beer on the first night.
I know. Okay, I don't want to sound like that, but anyways, okay, I'm a smoker.
But that's the thing is, since I don't smoke cigarettes, that I would love to document that, and have more variables.
I do cardio every single day. Even when I'm not doing cardio, I do cardio every single day.
What kind of cardio do you do?
I figured the last thing to go on me or Melissa would be our hearts, because we walk so much. We walk to the gym every day, a mile to the gym. We walked everywhere and to the strip. So, but she had a heart attack. But I think my heart's probably too strong. I'll probably live too long.
Yeah, you already have.
You live too long too, till next time I see you.
Yeah. But was that in fact? Hi, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Barbie. Was that in fact a heart attack, Sabu, or a clot? Or
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. She had some kind of heart disease, and one of her valves gave out.
Kind of that's what they said with Eddie Guerrero too. At least that's what I was told. Way back in the day, like that he had heart disease and didn't know it, and then we all got checked.
But also her brother had an open heart surgery. Her dad had a heart disease. Her mother had heart disease. All this we didn't know about. I didn't know about after she died. Then her brother goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot. My dad had a heart this, and my mom had a heart that."
Oh, so it was like hereditary, maybe.
He was 34 years old, had a triple bypass. He forgot to tell me that.
Wow.
Yeah, so he goes, "Yeah, it was probably was it hereditary?"
Yeah, hereditary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
genetic. Yeah, but no, I got you.
Well, her both brothers are doctors, and I was pretty down on myself. I still am. I'm ashamed I couldn't save her. But they go, even in a hospital setting, I probably wouldn't have been able to save her. But and they're doctors. They said that her heart was so far gone that that's why she didn't struggle, because it just gave out. Boom.
Yeah.
There was no choking. There was no convulsing. There was no commotion whatsoever. It was like the most peaceful, quietest death I've ever imagined, And that's the only thing I'm thankful for, is that she didn't suffer, because she didn't gag, nothing, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's like it's very sad it happened. And
just went to sleep. She was doing mail. She went to sleep while she's there, and I rolled her back, and then laid her on the floor. And then after a while, I didn't realize it went quiet. Yeah. If she would have choked or gagged, coughed, I was whoa, I would have been on it. She's 3 feet from me. She didn't make any noise. Zero.
Wow. Well, pretty cool. You wear the card, right? You have that card on.
Oh yeah, I wear it every day. I especially wear it to the gym, because
that's awesome.
She's just for the gym.
That's very cool. Very
cool. Back to smoking though. You've always been the only person that I know that smokes because he wants to. Like everybody else would be like, I know, I gotta quit. It's dirty habit. I'm trying to quit, or I cut down. I quit for a while. I just recently started. But for Sabu, he's always been like, no, I just do it because I want to.
Before a match, when I'm on the road and before a match, I'm pretty nervous. You know that. So I always smoke a cigarette before that. It never helped. It actually made it worse. more But while I'm doing it, I think this is going to help.
Just like the process of doing it is somewhat therapeutic in a way.
Yeah, and I figured I'm already in shape. The cigarette ain't going to do any damage.
Right.
Right on.
Well, Sabu, talk about too when you first got the call for AEW to be a part of them, and how was that experience for you, and just getting involved with that too, starting off?
It was cool, but they called out of the blue. Chris Jericho said, "You're gonna be in town Wednesday and Sunday." I said, "Yeah." And then boom,
Chris Jericho called you?
Yeah. Why?
No, I was just I just found that interesting. I don't know, just because I get a text from an office guy.
Well, I guess because he's my friend. I guess I know him personally. I don't know why, but anyways, that's what he said. Anyways,
I know Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
I can call him right now.
You call him right now? You want me to do it? I'll call him right now.
I just called him.
But he never likes my annual Chris Jericho shirtless birthday photos on Instagram, so maybe I got heat.
Maybe I got some heat.
He called me out of the blue, and boom, boom, boom. They didn't even offer me that much. I took it just to be nice, to be reasonable. And I took it, and it was cool. I would like, hopefully they would make a bid, or hopefully want to do my final match. Hopefully,
that'd be awesome. Yeah, Rob and I talked about that. How you feeling, like physically and all that stuff? You're going to the gym.
I'm not there yet, but I'm getting better. I was a lot worse 3 months ago. I was a lot worse, And since more I work out, as long as I let myself recover, I'm good in 2 or 3 days after I work out. The first day afterwards, I'm hurting pretty bad. Like today, I'm hurting pretty bad. Last night I worked out. Tomorrow I'll feel better, and I just gotta believe in that, And it does, and it happens. My body's been recovering. I have to give it time.
Yep. How often do you go to the gym? Do you take every other day off?
I go every other day, but I do something every day. You know, I walk, lift weights or something every day, but I only go to the gym every other day.
That's good. Yeah, nice. That's good though.
I try not to overdo it because about overtraining and shit. I'll overtrain later when I'm in better shape, but right now I don't want to overtrain to where I can't work out again for a while.
Right. Yeah.
And I just had to listen to Melissa's advice. She goes, when you're hurting, don't work out again until you're not hurting. And I never would listen to that. I go, no, I can't wait till then. I got
because you were never not hurting.
Right. But I've been listening to that or following that, and I'm stronger every time, and I'm having good workouts. They're not great workouts like I used to. I can't bench press and I can't do curls very good, but I can do everything else almost.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, do you do like a dynamic resistance kind of stuff, kind of like what DDP does or anything like that?
No. I do these hydraulic machines at the gym. They're like weights, but they're hydraulic, where you can increase and lower the weight as you go without having to stop and pull a pin or someone take weights off or something, so I can work out the failure and the beyond failure. So where I can hit the button late and then it's like someone spotting me.
Yeah.
I can do it's fantastic. But the things of those machines, they break down all the time, and they have like one machine for the chest, one machine for the triceps, one machine for the, so it's 12 different machines instead of like one.
Yeah.
But I love them. I don't know how I worked out without them before.
Yeah, it's definitely, when you change it up like that, it certainly helps.
See, my shoulders are real bad. Certain angles are okay, other angles are super bad. And with 3 weights, every angle is bad. But when I use that hydraulic machine, I can find the right angle where it doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah. Rob, do you have some hydraulic machines in your gym or?
Currently, no, but I've definitely been and used them in different gyms. And my very first home gym was called an OCTA Gym. And it was hydraulic cylinders. And it was a machine that if you pulled out a couple pins and rotated the arms up this way, it would transform like 3 different positions, and you could do everything on it. And when I was still living with my mom and dad and like, I don't know, 17 years old, 16, whenever the hell I was, I started working out. That was the first thing I had. It's a rowing machine. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you like pull it up, a couple bits in, and you can lay on it and bench and you squat, shoulder presses. The OCTA Gym. That was
ahead of its time. Now, man, I don't know how I worked out without it. I mean, it's a necessity now.
But last week we talked a little bit about my health and fitness. One thing I want to add, because I was thinking, I talked about when it comes to eating, I mentioned that for me, per intake, I try to get 50 grams of protein. That's because of my body weight. So the rule of thumb is if you want to maintain body weight, then you try to get a gram of protein for every pound. If you want to get bigger, then you start, going to either try to get 2 grams. That's really, really hard to do, because if you're 200 pounds, you got to get 400 grams of protein.
Yeah.
But so also you try 1.5. So me, weighing around 230 right now. I usually, like I said, if I eat 3 times and get the protein scoops in between there, and that's 300 grams of protein, for me, that's like a good, steady, like solid, like go-to routine. If I'm up weird hours or whatever, sometimes I might get an extra 50 grams in and get 350. And or if I really feel like I want to put on weight because I'm feeling a little too skinny or whatever, then I go for more of the 350. But that's the rule though, a pound per gram to maintain. And then if you want to try to put on muscle, then you work hard. By the way, I asked Batista on the set of Wrong Side of Town how many grams of protein he gets in a day, and he said 600 grams of protein.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman said the same thing, 600 grams of protein.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of food.
Yeah, a lot of food, a lot of work, a lot of intake. Yeah.
I probably don't do that in a week.
Right. Yeah.
I've been increasing my eating the last 3-4 months since I've been working out good. And it's still hard to eat enough. And I eat all the time now. Like the kitchen is like my bedroom just about.
Man.
And, I eat all the time. It's just mostly now is when I don't have an appetite, I drink raw eggs.
Oh, okay. Like Rocky.
Well, like
Yeah.
Sabu. I mix coffee and ice cream and make a frappe.
Oh, do you do that too?
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's a good idea.
About 5 times a day or more.
Wow. How about that?
I generally don't eat enough and have never had like a big enough appetite. Jerry Lynn used to, way back in the day, say, how do you keep up your weight with as little as you eat? Because it's a lot of hard work. And some guys can go to like all you can eat sushi and just put away like pounds and pounds of it. And I feel like, you know, if I get like 8 pieces, that might be good, you know. And I'm like, how do people eat so much? But it depends. I mean, sometimes
it takes your time to let your stomach stretch.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You know, the Sabu Rocky Balboa diet now.
Sometimes I can, you know, put it in. I mean, I do get.
Well, you know, my diet is if I eat a pizza, I'll have a protein shake with it,
right,
or raw eggs with it to balance out the nutrition.
Yeah,
right. As long as you get your protein intake, right?
Yes.
Heck yeah, sweet. Well, Sabu, like I know it's been mentioned. I think you mentioned it maybe on Bradshaw and Briscoe, and then we talked about it here. Rob was saying like how he'd like to be a part of your last match. Would you guys prefer to do a tag match together if it was your last match, or would you do a singles match? Would you want to do?
Me personally, either single or a tag.
That would be cool. I think a tag match.
But a tag shouldn't be my last match. Tag could be before the last match.
Oh, like a lead up.
Yeah, he'll bump into me and I'll get mad and I'll beat him up and then we'll set up a last match.
Man.
Better watch it.
Matter of respect here. Hey, we got some super chats and this one kind of ties into it. You guys are 2 of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I went to ECW every time they came in Chicago in the 1990s. You guys talk about your Heatwave 98 match. Thank you. Which one y'all like? Click me. So Heatwave 98, Sabu, what memories do you have of that?
It was the Japanese guys. I got a lot of memories from that, but I can't tell you about them. You know,
wait a second. If this guy's talking about Chicago. Guy or girl, sorry.
No, Heatwave was Dayton.
Right. So I'm confused.
Oh, I don't remember Chicago. I just thought he meant he's from Chicago, Heatwave 98.
Yeah, maybe
I guess maybe Dayton's not too far from Chicago, maybe.
No, it's not too far, but it's not Chicago. It's 4 hours.
It's Ohio-ish. Like, so it's like
I used to go to all your matches in Chicago. What are your memories of Heatwave 98 in Dayton, Ohio? I don't know. But that is right? It was Hayabusa.
Yeah. Yeah. I picked them up. They flew into Lansing, and I drove them in my motorhome.
Oh wow!
The show.
Jeez. So it was Hayabusa and Shinzaki tag team match for the ECW World Tag Team Title Championship. You guys went almost over 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Well, what's funny about that match was Paul didn't pay them. I paid them.
Really?
Oh,
$5,000. They wanted $5,000 each. But they said they'd take $5,000 and split because they knew it was coming from me.
Wow.
Man.
And what I remember about that match is, well, first off, you know, I remember just feeling really good. You know, I loved teaming up with Sabu. I loved what we represent when we're out there in the middle of the ring. Like, yeah, you know, we're bad mother effers. I just, you know, just like representing ECW when you know, when we brought it back, and I just felt like, bam, indestructible. I remember like feeling like that, and I thought we had such a good competitive match with these guys, and I'd never met either one of them.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you knew one of them, Hakushi. I thought you knew him, no?
No, if you remember right, you knew both of them.
Yeah.
I just met them and we went out there and fucking just, you know, fucking had a hell of a match, you know. Yeah. And I've seen the footage a lot of times since then, but I love it where I come in, I don't know if it's to make, I guess, out of nowhere. Yeah.
Out of the ceiling. Boom. Yeah. It was awesome. I have no idea where you came from, but that was awesome.
I teleported.
That was sweet.
Mm-hmm. But very competitive match, you know, like we were getting all our shit in. And
my favorite table spot is this table spot we do with those guys. I think that was the first time we did a double table spot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Rob, you mentioned the one time when that table leg was up, and
I got you in the eye, right?
That's her. Yeah,
you got me in the throat, in the jaw. One got me in the jaw, one got him in the eye. Remember the one that got you in the eye?
Yeah, I've talked about that so many times, but
Oh,
I had to get stitches on my eyelid. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Yeah. But are you talking about when the table leg went in your mouth and broke your teeth out?
Yeah, it was under my chin, but yeah, not
Under your chin. Wait, the one in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it broke my jaw and inside of my mouth, but it came here.
Oh, well, I tell the story wrong, then I always tell everyone it went in your mouth. Because when I saw it, I thought you died. You did this. Me and Fonzie, this is where I learned not to ever have a table upside down. And we were carrying it in, me and Fonzie, and it was upside down with the legs up. And Sabu just came out of nowhere, like me in that clip from Daytona or Dayton. He just fucking out of nowhere, wham, and it looked like the thing went right in his face, the leg of the table, and he rolled with the momentum, and he just rolled off it, so I couldn't see what he looked like, but he was instantly dripping blood, leaving a trail, and I thought he just died. So I always thought that went in your mouth.
No, it was my mouth might have been easier. It went through. It broke my jaw. If it wouldn't have hit, if it would have been, that would only broke my teeth. But it broke my jaw and broke my teeth, and that was a bitch. Yeah.
Oh, I could believe that.
I got up right. We finished the match.
Yeah. How many times you been Japan? No. How many times? How many times do you think you've had your jaw broke?
4 times.
Damn.
How many was I? How many did I do?
Only one. That wasn't really a broken jaw. It fucked my hinge up. No.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. One of the early matches we watched, Sabu, was WrestlePalooza, so at 97 at Cobb County, Georgia. And you and Rob in singles match, obviously, and it was really, really good stuff. But I happened to notice that you were throwing up in the match. Do you remember if you were sick or was it just
sick?
You were sick.
I couldn't eat that day, and all I had was 6 pain pills and a Mountain Dew, a Mellow Yellow.
Oh, that's good.
A couple minutes into the match, I started feeling sick. I felt terrible for about the first 10 minutes. After I threw up, I felt better. But the first 10 minutes, I had hell. And when I threw up, it came out green or yellowish green, and felt better. But I came up 3 or 4 times. After the last time, I felt better. Man. But I was sick, but what could I do?
Yeah, yeah, power through it. It's like
crawl under the ring and throw up, maybe.
I had to wrestle.
You just leaned over the apron and threw up.
There's one spot in there. I do a Frankenstein, boom. Then I crawled. I scrambled to the edge of the ring. Blah.
Yeah, you were just like real quick.
Yeah. Memorable.
You know how terrifying that was. Pay-per-view, main event. 5,000 people, and I'm sick to death, and they're expecting something out of me. I can't just say, wait a minute. Give me 10 minutes. Let me catch my breath. I had to keep going. It was terrible. It was frightening. It was a nightmare.
It was a fun match, though, from the viewer's perspective.
After 10 minutes, the next 20 minutes was fine.
Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
was horrible for me.
I believe it. I think it was
it's probably an oversight by the fans. They probably don't consider that, the pressure, not just the normal performance anxieties, but specifically someone like me and Sabu put so much pressure on ourselves because of the expectations and not wanting to let anybody down and wanting to impress everybody and win them over, like we don't already. Every night we try to win them over as if they're not already our fans, and feel like we still got to prove ourselves, and
exactly
we do.
Right. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Sabu, is there a certain match that really stands out to you where you really felt the most pressure? Like, oh man, I got to really perform here. Is there just a lot of the big name matches that kind of across the board is like that for you?
Every match I have that, I put that pressure. Every match I got to perform for. I get more nervous than Rob does. But I shit my pants almost every single match. Now, some degrees of nervous is different, but I'm always nervous. There's never no nervous. Match. Even before this Twitch, I was nervous. Even before I do my own Twitch, even before I do any interview, I'm doubting myself and getting cold feet.
I believe me, I can sympathize. I have that a lot too. So it happens to everybody. I know. And just being nervous means you care. And then a lot of times it's just in your head, and you usually do great anyways. It doesn't matter.
My uncle said, "Don't be ashamed that you're nervous. It means, like you said, it means you care."
Yeah, it means you care. Exactly. We have another super chat from all the way from Scotland. One Boss Gaming, thanks for the £2. Did you guys enjoy working in ICW in Scotland?
I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rob, did you ever work there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I enjoyed it as well, and their big star called himself Lionheart. He was a good guy, and he was trying to get. I don't know if I guess I would have been in. I think maybe in TNA at the time. I think, but I remember we were having a conversation via message, and he was wanting to know who he could send info to or whatever to try to get hooked up, and I just written him, and said, hey dude, sorry, it's been a while, but I'll try to find something else out this weekend. He's like, no problem. And then like 2 days later, he hung himself.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh,
no.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't know who that guy was.
Oh, I was very disappointed in that. Yeah. But I worked with him a lot over there and in the neighboring promotions as well.
I believe that happened like around either 2019 or 2020. I think that was. I remember it being almost like the pandemic, I think, around that time.
So it would have been the last run, like he needed Scott Demore's info or something to try to get a job or whatever. But yeah, yep.
Oh, man.
Well, he's on the list of many people that I know, that we know, Sabu, that chose to hang themselves.
Yeah, it's a long list.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a tough business, and it's a
long
tough
list with some of my best friends on it. That's what's really shocking,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashley Massaro's in the news a lot. Might as well bring her up real quick, because that's a hot topic. Like, she's everywhere, and it's like it's cool to see the headline of like justice for Ashley. Like, it's a movement. Like, man, I was so bummed, when she killed herself. It really sucked, and she isn't around now to see that she might be getting revenge for something that could have been so bad it destroyed her life,
Yeah.
It's cool to see.
I liked her. She got hired the same time I did.
Really?
Search, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you came in around 2006, right, Sabu? Was that?
Yes,
right?
Sabu is the diva with the fishnet stockings.
Oh, okay. Hey, look at that one. Ooh.
Fishnet stockings. Is that even a thing? I don't know.
Anyways, I talked to her quite a bit. Even my ex-wife, me, her, us three would talk. My ex-wife actually liked her too.
She was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, and like hopefully justice is served when it all comes to it, and stuff gets to fruition, whatever it may be. It's
I didn't know about that story.
Is justice Vince paying, or is justice Vince going to prison being punished? Which is justice,
Right?
He'll probably pay, but that's not really justice because he's rich.
Yeah, it gets settled out of court, anything like that. You just don't know. It's just like, you want that. It definitely is.
And I don't wish that he goes to jail or anything. It's just that it sounds like it. It sounds pretty bad, and we know Johnny.
Yeah.
In Japan working like.
Remember when Johnny had the golf club print on his ass?
Oh yeah. Him and Patriot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, him and Del Wilkes were walking around at night in, I can't remember what town, but you wouldn't know it anyway, in Japan.
Yeah.
And they stumbled upon a scene where they saw a couple of dudes getting their asses kicked by a bunch of other dudes. And they thought they should be heroes and go in like big Americans and stop the fight. Hey, back off. And because they were getting beat with golf clubs and shit. And when they did that, everybody turned on them, including the dudes that were getting their asses beat.
What?
There's a bunch of 3-foot Japanese guys beating them with clubs.
Just a gang.
Yeah, and they ran out of there, and they had, I can't remember, what was Patriots the one that had on his back? So I think he had one on his back. Johnny's on the side. It looked like a perfect golf club print.
What the hell is that?
Yeah. He said that he figured they stumbled upon like a Yakuza or some kind of gang-affiliated initiation, and that they were breaking it up, and that's why they turned on him too.
Oh, geez. Well, they got initiated.
Yeah, they're Yakuza. Yeah, Ace's Yakuza. Let's put that headline out now.
Johnny
Yakuza member. Although I am expecting to hear something about Vince and the Mafia eventually.
Yeah, you know he's got to be tied up in the Mafia.
You could, and there were certain years you couldn't do anything in New York without working with them. His dad worked with them. They ran the arenas and the entertainment business, pretty much everything, at one point. So I know there's some stories there. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
And in that 67-page complaint, too, that I read, he had sent her some things allegedly, which I took to mean lawyers, but it depends on how you read it. When he was like, "Hey, you can't give me any problems on this. I have phone numbers on speed dial. I have contacts on speed dial in my phone that they solve problems instantly." Things to that nature. And at the time, I was thinking it read like I thought he meant like big ass, high, powerful lawyers. But now I'm thinking,
someone will knock her off.
Yeah,
maybe.
Old Jimmy Snakes from.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, we know some stories that everybody knows about. Like Jimmy Snuka and there's some other ones out there too. But anyway, justice for Ashley.
Justice for Ashley.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
We have a little super chat here. Smiley Garner Gamer says, "Hey Sabu, it's me from Twitter. Miss you this Tuesday." So,
from where?
From Twitter, I guess.
Okay.
Twitch, you mean? Is that or something to that effect?
Yeah, man. That's you.
No,
is that when you do your show on Tuesday? Is that what they mean, or no?
Did you do your show on Tuesday, Sabu?
I do a Twitter on Tuesday. Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's probably what he's referring to.
5 p.m. Las Vegas time, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Well, let me know when you want RVD on it.
Yeah, I think this week is going to be Haley J.
Right, cool.
Oh, from the wrestlers.
Yeah, I was supposed to do her last week and I missed. And I'm going to do her this week.
Nice.
I'm going to do her. No, I'm going to have her on.
You're going to have her on. Just have her on.
Cool.
Hey, you met her before, right, Rob?
Yeah, she's cool.
She's pretty super. She's cool.
Yeah.
And like you just mentioned that reality show that Al Snow did, like that really made her look like a star. I thought, like she kicked ass in it. After watching that at the end, I'm just rooting for her. And
she is very advanced. She's only 25. She's very advanced.
She's only 25. That's crazy.
Yeah, she has no shame and she's not shy.
Do you think she's pretty smart about like the little details of the business kind of things?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, and I'd like to teach her, but I don't know shit either. But she'll get that eventually, Yeah. But right now she has the tools. Shit, she has talent.
It all comes with experience, kind of thing.
She can talk. She can wrestle. She can not wrestle and still
she can sing and she can dance.
Oh, really? I don't like putting over people that much, but she deserves it.
Nice,
cool.
Nice.
It's hard to deny it.
Mm-hmm. We got another.
And I'd like to do anything I could to help her in any way.
Help her out, yeah, absolutely. Gem the Dawn, he's a regular here. Thank you for the $5. Sabu, love seeing you at the Halloween show in Long Island. Maybe convince RVD to come sometime. Your 5-star fan, Gem the Dawn. Thanks for killing it.
Hey man, what's happening? Okay, Rob, next time.
Yeah, but that was Halloween. That's not the horror show you were just talking about in Michigan, right?
No, that was a horror museum.
He's talking about like maybe a Chillers in
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
The Halloween show in Long Island.
He used to do Chillers several years anyway.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, Chillers. It might have been Chillers.
We have another super chat, and this is from the guy. It's from Seth, the writer of our theme song, the RVD theme song here. Big love to RVD and Sabu. I saw you guys live a bunch of times in New York and up in Poughkeepsie in the 1990s and 2000. You guys are the best. Fonzie too. Question: the Bam Bam TV title match finish is amazing. Who came up with that? The Bam Bam TV title match finish.
Wasn't me. I went along with it, but I wasn't in it.
I mean, if you don't remember, I don't remember. But the one thing that I know that I remember as being organic and just happening was me diving over and grabbing his legs and doing, the flip over cover. Like as I remember, I didn't have that in mind, but I often, when I'm going to cover from that position and I'm by the feet, that's something that I would often do. And that just, to me, that made it like so much cooler because Sabu was, I'm dug down, right? I'm on my hands and knees. Is that what it was? And because he picked Sabu up to powerbomb him and you stab him in the eye. And then, oh no, you end up behind him somehow because he drops you.
I stab him, he drops me. I roll around behind him because he's selling his eye. You give him a kick or something. He
the chair, kicked the chair, and he fell over you. But so I didn't know I was gonna do, the leg bridge or whatever the hell you want to call it. But that was just there, and I think that made it so cool because I was just, boom, he was there, and I was going for it, trying to cover. And beforehand, if I did vision any of that, it would have probably just been, jumping on him for the cover. So that's really all I remember.
Pretty neat finish, though. Either way, it's a great finish.
But when I stabbed him, I had like about a stick size of a drumstick.
Yeah.
He didn't get me very high up, but I was trying to get him anyways, and I really got him.
Yeah.
Oh God, I got him. I thought he was gonna kill me.
Yeah, that looked crazy. It looked crazy. Yeah, you were on your way down. You're like, fuck this. I did
once. I was gonna get up there and I'm gonna hold the back of his head, and he's gonna hold me in a powerbomb position.
Right, that didn't work out.
All the way up. So before I went down, I went.
Yeah, well, Sabu, we watched a couple of the matches between you and Rob. We had to, like I said, we watched WrestlePalooza, but we also watched a stretcher match too. And
that's one of my favorite ones.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have a certain one that really stands out to you?
Not that stands out, but I like it because what we did with the stretcher, because everybody normally uses a stretcher. You carry the guy to the dressing room before he gets to the dressing room, he rolls off. Mm-hmm. And then he was taking the stretcher and then doing a flip on it or whatever, I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Tony Khan was Tony Khan was at that show.
He was at that show?
Yeah, he was a kid. He was a kid in the crowd at our stretcher match.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he's told me that. And then I think it was you, Dom, right, that found him.
I think I found him in there. It's there's a very little kid in an orange shirt by a guy that looks like his dad. And I'm like, that's Tony Khan.
Yeah, he used to be blurry.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it when you did the moonsault out of the ring onto a stretcher and crashed your shins on the guardrail.
Oh yeah,
crack.
I thought that was cool though. The way that was awesome. It's a double knockout.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was brutal.
We both got on the stretcher and rode it.
Yeah.
That was sweet. I thought.
Yeah. That was my favorite match at the time, that I'd had.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a unique one in that environment too. That ECW.
Oh, you got to be innovative in another way, which hasn't been done, with that stretcher.
No way. Yeah, you haven't seen anything like that since then.
No way.
No how. It took me a second. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's because I don't sing, so it'd be pretty hard to pick up on.
Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously, guy, like WrestleMania is gonna be in Philly, ECW stuff. You know, you both are gonna be at WrestleCon and stuff like that. Sabu, people talking about Hall of Fame and all that aspect. Where's your head out on that? Are you just like whatever happens, kind of happens? And
well, definitely whatever happens, happens. What do you mean Hall of Fame? Who's going in the Hall of Fame?
That's what I'm curious about. Your name's always popping up because
that's popping up. Okay, that doesn't really pop up. It pops up.
But are they doing an extreme wing because it's Philly, or is that just
just the aspect of it being in Philadelphia? People,
I figured if they do, they'll induct Paulie, and that will be the ECW. You know?
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it too. I would think. Yeah,
that way they could save a bunch of money and still get Elvis in there.
And get Elvis in the building. Well, I know a lot of people speak, you know, the notion that they want you in there for sure. So it's just like, hey, you know, and Rob and I talk about it all the time, how just underrated and like things like underappreciated.
I always said that Hall of Fame is not a legitimate Hall of Fame. Wait, until Rob got in it. I want to be there.
I love it.
I like it. Yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to start burying yourself again. I'm like,
I'm done doing
that. No, it would be, of course you'd be honored. Cool. We'll see what happens, man. Something really, really random. Sabu, did you say that you also watch First Amendment audit videos or no? I remember we were talking about it, but I can't remember what.
Yeah. Where people get pulled over and
people that know their rights and the cops don't know the laws and stuff. Yeah. I think it's probably my favorite. It's called Honor Your Oath. Do you watch that one?
No, I don't know particular name.
Is that a channel? Okay.
What's that?
Is that a channel? Honor Your Oath.
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel, and this guy, his gimmick in particularly, dude's name is Jeff Gray. And he's really like non-confrontational, you know. He's always polite and nice, unless he's offended. But even then, he'll just tell the cop like, "You're a dummy. You're a dummy." You know what I mean? Like that's as bad as it gets mostly. But he goes around with a sign that says, "God bless the homeless," and he stands at places like in front of businesses, at city halls, at sometimes other businesses out on the sidewalk. And that's all he does, you know. People come by and he just says, "God bless the homeless." He doesn't even take money, but people always assume that he's homeless and that he's begging for money, and he's not. And they always end up calling the police on him, and he always ends up saying, "I'm on public property," you know, saying, "God bless the homeless," and there's nothing you can do about it, you know. And the cops, sometimes they get really, you know, sometimes they arrest him, you know. Really? But yeah. He's a former vet or a current vet, I guess, of some branch of the military, and he always, you know, he sets the camera up and he says, "It's such and such date. I'm at this city outside the courthouse. Let's see if they respect my rights or not." And he just says, "God put it in my heart to stand here and say this." And they're always like, "Can you go down somewhere else?" And every business thinks they own the sidewalk. Yeah. They always end up finding out that they don't own it. And he doesn't even tell them right away, I'm not begging for money. You know, he lets them think whatever sometimes. And it's amazing what people's minds will come up to and how they'll call the police. And they'll be like, "I got this guy here. He's harassing people." And like, you know, and he's begging them, he's begging everybody for money. And it's all bullshit because he didn't do any of that. But anyway, he fights though for the rights. Because a lot of times people will say, "Well, you know, we have these homeless shelters over there where you can get free food and this and that." And sometimes he'll engage with them as if, you know, just to hear what they say. And then in the end, he'll say, "Well, I'm not homeless myself. God just put it in my heart to stand here and say, God bless the homeless, but I appreciate everything that you're doing." And I say, "Are you a vet?" And he'll say, "Yes, I am." Super nice dude. But he made me think of homeless people different. And I noticed like a lot of people do treat homeless people like they're a nuisance, like they're ants or you know, or insects that are infesting their place. And when they see them, you know, whether it's in a neighborhood where houses are or whether it's, you know, businesses, they just want to like spray them and extinguish them. And from watching his videos, it makes me think, you know, like these are people too. You know what I mean? And it is panhandling is, according to Jeff Gray, is a liberty that the First Amendment protects.
Really? I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so that's I've seen so many videos with it. And they end up sometimes they have a city ordinance, then it goes to say, hey, your city ordinance can't trump the Constitution. And they're saying, I'm telling you, you can't be here panhandling. And even if he's not panhandling, you know, he would be like, look, sometimes he'll say, look, I'm going to give you the ultimatum. You got two options. You know, you can violate my civil rights and arrest me, or you can get out of here. You know, and but he's probably my favorite dude to watch. And I was just wondering, like, do you ever think about that? Like when you see homeless people, well, Sabu, I think I already know what you're going to say though. You're going to give them money. I know you are. You're going to go by and you're going to give them whatever you got.
I truly think they're hungry and need it. I'd give it to them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people don't, man. A lot of people look at them like they're rodents, and that's gotta suck. You're right. They are real people, and some of them are transient. Some of them are at a stage in their life where, you know, who knows what they did before and why they're there. Who knows if any of us could end up there, you know, making all the wrong decisions. But like a lot of people just look at them all like they're all drug addicts and they're all just going to use your money on drugs or whatever. And it's like, I don't know, you know, I mean, they are real people. And like, yeah, Sabu, before I asked, I know, because I traveled with him, I know that he will always give them money and say, God bless you, and wish them the best. But I don't think the majority of people do. What do you think, Dom?
Yeah, you know, I think it's definitely a mix. I think when you go to like a major city, like say Philly, for example, I know there's a lot of, you know, homeless there and stuff like that. I think you get a mix of them. And I think even people, like, there'll be times too where, you know, I'll see a homeless person in Pittsburgh. Sometimes I'll see them on occasion. So I'll see them in the same spot over and over again.
You know they're homeless, right?
And you know they're homeless, and you know things like that, or like, you know that they've kind of done it before. So depending on who the person is, I will give them money or stuff like that. If you know, I think, you know, or if I know at that moment I have cash to give somebody, I will do that. And like,
I mean, like, I think it's a natural instinct for a lot of people to like walk on the other side of them. They're usually dirty, you know, and they're not appealing for the most part because sometimes they're wearing a blanket or something, and it's like, you know, or they look like they smell bad sometimes, and it's just like, man, but they're real people. Like they just want to call the police. Hey, can you come out and you know, it's just like a wild animal got in my yard. You know, I need you to get it out, get it away from me. It's ugly. We passed a cop car not too far up the road from our house, and there's an empty lot with a tent in it, and the cops were approaching that tent, you know, to go see, like, someone had just popped up a tent. And I gotta say, I don't want that in my neighborhood. That's my first thought, you know, like, hey, wait a minute, you know, like, that's gonna have a bunch of tents pop up here. That's gonna bring the property value down, and, you know, but I see the other side too.
Yeah, it's a balance for sure. And like, you know, you think about it, I hear like it would only cost us all, it would cost the United States altogether like $21 billion to end homelessness. That's all it would take.
That's it.
Write a check, Sabu.
Got it, Sabu?
Yeah, Musk could do that and still be the richest man in the world.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And still be the richest man in the world.
That'd be an amazing thing to do, take care of all the homeless.
You know, let's end it. Let's just finish it off.
He seems like a nice guy to do that.
Would you say to house the homeless? Is that what you're saying?
To end homelessness, to like kind of get things set up and get programs set up for them to kind of, you know, you know,
that'd be amazing.
Money too would be corrupt and not put it in the right spot.
Right. That's what it is. You just got to worry about all the BS that you got to filter it through.
Harry Saturn was homeless, you know, Sabu, for a long time.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody knew where he was. He disappeared from everyone that knew him. Well, that's what a video told me. I saw on YouTube. Yeah, said that people, you know, he didn't know how to get a hold of him, didn't know what happened to him, and he was just living on the streets for months.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we have over 130 people in the chat now. We do got A couple more super chats here. Smiley Gamer did follow up with the $5. Thank you. He said, I meant to say Twitch. So he meant Twitch for you, Sabu. So that's
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Bash Nagata. Thank you for the $10. He says, huge fan of you both. My older brother and I watched ECW before the TV deal on a dial-up modem on a tiny Fed's computer screen. Did either of you ever have or want the opportunity to wrestle for AWA? That'd been interesting.
Sabu, you answer that.
Yeah, did you ever have an interest for that?
Not especially. No.
No.
Actually, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, AWA. Did you have an interest in doing AWA ever?
AWA. No. That was before my time. They went out of business by the time I got when I first started.
Mm-hmm. Did you grow up sometimes watching the product at all or anything?
No, not very much because it was Chicago. We didn't get that in Detroit or Michigan.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or it was Minneapolis, I mean.
Minneapolis.
I got it later on when it came on ESPN, but that was like the last.
That was the downturn. Yeah.
I actually seen Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty on there as the Midnight Rockers, and then a few weeks later, WWE is the Rockers.
Then they show up like that.
Yeah.
Rob, did you ever?
That would be the. I mean, Sabu was in the business before me, so if AWA was already out before he was around, then of course they weren't there for me. And I was gonna say, never had the conversation with anybody about going there. So yeah,
They went out of business about 88, 86, something like that.
Yeah, it was
at 85. So by the time I got anywhere, they were gone.
Right. They had a lot of names that went through there that trained.
Oh, definitely. Medusa's top man.
Yeah, right.
Kurt Hennig.
Yeah, Kurt Hennig. You had Flair initially got his start there.
Flair got trained by Gagne. I didn't know that.
Yep, Flair got trained by Gagne, and he was like heavy set Flair. He didn't even look like Ric Flair, and it was just a different dynamic back then for him. Right. But Sheik too, the Iron Sheik, he was pretty
truck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lots of different stuff. So
I watched some of it.
Yeah,
might have been reruns if they ended in 85. No, I guess that's about when I first started watching wrestling.
The last thing they did was Showboat Arena
in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so it looked like it sucked because it was like a ballroom. It wasn't an arena.
They did that.
And there was people sitting like not even filling up the first two rows. Sometimes we used to laugh at that.
Yeah,
I didn't laugh, but yeah.
Well, I was just a stupid little kid. I was only like 15. I laughed at everything. Remember me and Dango laughed at everything. You guys are silly.
Stupid. But we got around right before Memphis went out. Like Memphis fizzled out a few years after we were there.
Oh, really?
We killed it. You're a baby.
But that was probably the last territory. I don't. What's still in Portland? Those two were probably the last territories. Memphis and Portland, I think.
Was that Don Owens?
Yes,
that was Don Owens. Okay,
but I'm not sure if it was Don Owens still running, but it was his area.
It was that area for him.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Hey, Rob, we kind of talked about this one last week a little bit, touched upon it. One Boost Gaming, thanks for the Boss Gaming. Thanks for the £2. He said, memories of TNA Hardcore Justice. We mentioned that, that making that transition from that hard justice to hardcore justice. Yeah. Did you guys have some memories of that, Sabu?
What'd you say? I heard Barbie.
TNA Hardcore Justice. What do you remember working?
I liked that match a lot. It was pretty good. It was better than pretty good.
That was me and Sabu's match, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. No, I liked it too. It was like it was awesome, and I liked that we were representing ECW on another platform because always that adds depth and validates, all the time and effort. So that's always cool to do that and pay tribute to that vibe. And the match was cool. Sabu was bald. That was one thing.
Like about it, I was bald.
That was one thing. That there's a very short time period where
2 years.
Yeah, I had my.
Was that just a choice, Sabu, or did you do it for a reason?
Yeah, it was a choice because I was starting to go bald.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close to where I'm now. Now I'm bald, but so I wanted to get ahead of the curve, so I shaved my head to look like I was crazy, but I looked stupid. Not crazy.
And by the way, he donated the hair to somebody that needed it.
Did you really? That's awesome. That's awesome. Man, way to be. Hey, I'm looking at the card. So yeah, you guys main evented. Obviously, it was RVD defeated Sabu in 17 minutes and 15 seconds. But it was full of ECW guys. Obviously, Raven defeated Tommy Dreamer. The Dudleys beat Axel Rotten and Cojones. Rhino beat Al Snow. Stevie Richards beat Just Incredible. Too Cold Scorpio beat C.W. Anderson, and the FBI kicked it off by defeating Kid Cash and Johnny Swinger and Simon Diamond. So pretty interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool for Dixie to be like, hey, you know what? Go ahead and use our platform, and have a reunion and use on our TV show and everything. I thought that's what it felt like. So I thought it was really cool. And I think maybe some of the TNA guys might have felt sidestepped, I guess.
Yeah,
Like Sabu, like some of the guys were a little bitter or whatever because they were,
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
We brought in the ECW crew and didn't use the TNA guys really. Only ones
right.
ECW.
Oh yeah.
Right. What do they got to do with anything?
Well, cool. Something else that I thought was pretty neat to kind of focus on a little bit too was, I mean, Rob and I actually talked about this a little bit last week. What were your experiences with Scott Dimore? Did you have any, Sabu? Or?
Yeah. I was with Scott since he first started.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Rob was talking about that. That's correct.
Yeah, I helped break him in years ago. 85, I think. 86, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've had 5 matches with AEW, and I'm thinking my win-loss right now is win-loss is 2-3, right? Is that how you would say that?
Yeah, 2 and 3.
2 and 3, I guess. Yeah, whatever. And I can see the fans either pulling for me, to get a major push, or I could see me as fitting in, more to be there to work with some of their guys, whatever. But jobbing is such a funny thing in the wrestling business, and wrestling, the business itself is like so phenomenal, and it stands out. It's so extraordinary from other businesses for so many reasons. But when you think about it, like, people really, really, really care, like who wins and loses. You know what I mean? Like, if you take a match,
the fans do, yes.
Yeah, like take a match that the fans are wrapped up in, like the Cody Rhodes WrestleMania match or whatever. Like if something that happens where the fans don't agree with it, in the finish, and the wrong guy goes down or whatever, they're gonna like pull their hair out. Like, that was so stupid. Why would they do that with them? And even though a finish like that would be designed to get some heat, so I guess that then it works, right? But the fans are really, like, if someone loses a few times, then they're gonna be like, dude, you're just jobbing him out and wasting it. And it's funny when you look at it for what it is, from a different perspective. Like, let's say, you're someone that I don't know, you got the skills, and it's something you're able to, from a professional world, you got skills. It's something you're able to make a decent living at, and has these benefits, and boom, boom, boom. And when it comes down to it, in the end, like, everyone is so convinced that they know how everything works and stuff, down to the finish. But then when it comes down to really who wins or loses, that's really what people remember. A lot of them, like even if it's their favorite guy, even if he gets screwed over and the entire locker room does a run in one by one and does their finish on him and they finally beat him, they're still gonna be like, "Oh, that's bullshit, man." It's really a funny thing when you look at it when you break in. Like first off, when you start out, it's like Sabu taught me, doesn't matter what they do with you, what they call you, anything. Get as much ring time as you can. Don't worry about each night. They're all individual nights. Boom, boom, boom. And then at a certain point, there's guys that like if they'll get bad reputations for being for refusing to put other stars over or put other wrestlers over. Or they get a reputation for not wanting to do the job. And so you look at them from the locker room mentality, like, dude, what an asshole, doesn't know it's a work. But in reality, when each time you do that, it actually affects the pathway of your career and how much money you're going to make. You know what I mean? Like imagine, so it's so weird. There's so many different ways to it, because if you're in WWE and you're, I don't know if I need to name it, anyone of upper echelon, say you're Triple H and you're still wrestling, and say you fight, you have to win every single match, but then in the end you're the one that's getting all the money, that's in all the main events and everything. Well, then it's like you win. So who's stupid in the end? Who's being an asshole in the end?
Like short-term thinking kind of thing. Yeah, when it comes.
Like when I do independent shows, when I used to wrestle,
mm-hmm.
I would say I want this much to win, this much to lose. They go, why? I said, if you're going to use me to get a rub for this guy, you have to pay me for it. Now, if you just want me to win and have people pop on your show, that's nothing. You want me to give a rub to somebody, you got to pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I like that. That's pretty.
I've always had, and 90% of them was okay. You win.
Nobody wants to be like, all right, we're gonna put this guy up. That's a great strategy, because you're like, all right, I'll win and I get paid. It works out.
But you're right. When I was in WWE, I got a very good reaction the first few months. But as I lost every match, I had a good reaction, and each night it was lower and lower. Finally, they were saying bullshit, and then, then I blew my top.
Yeah.
They want it, you want to give the fans
winning and everything, but in the eyes of the fans, it is.
It really is, yeah. Even if it's a finish where clearly, the dude's foot was on the ropes, ref didn't see it, it was screwed. Yeah, they still look at it as like this guy went down. Ooh, bullshit.
Now, the only guy who doesn't get affected by losing is Sandman, because he's drunk. He should lose. But it kind of hurts them. That's why when I would do a job, I kind of beat myself. I'd bleed a lot, myself.
I was in the same position, thinking of how much effort I wanted to put into that and how much to help with everyone else's programs that are more of, really a part of the main show than me, who's just stepping into it, because I considered a lot of ideas. So yeah, this is some shit that you may or may not think of, but I just thought that I would bring it up because it's, it used to be like when we watched wrestling before I guess, started training, maybe even still around that time, but it was the day of the jobbers, the enhancement matches. It was always one guy. Yeah, it was definitely still then because I did it. I had that Matt Burt, that Matt Burt moment. Yeah.
I mean, I did it too, but not with Vince. But yeah.
And it was like one guy. It was his job just to. He was there to get experience and to get the rub, And so I worked. I was in the ring with Ric Flair, even if Ric Flair just beat the shit out of him.
Right.
And it was guys that had enough talent to make the guy look good and still, were on their way up. Usually some guys were like career jobbers though, right? Yeah. Some guys were over before Like Iron Mike Sharp was a big star in Canada, but then in WWE, then he's the number one jobber.
Yeah, Lanny Poffo too. Those guys made more jobs and
Steve Lombardi.
Less stress. They got to go home every time there was promos.
That's it. Yeah, that was it.
And you think, like, well, they understand. We all have a story that we're telling, and they understand their job. They get their assignment. It's to make this guy look good or whatever. But in the most honest, behind all the layers of it, do you think anybody really wants to lose?
No. Only want to lose if it means more pay. And then but still,
that is good incentive. True, that's good incentive.
Even though it's a work, no, everybody's saying, "Man, I hope I win. I hope I win."
And it can sound silly, but then when you look at it in the business end of it, really, those are the guys that are going to get ahead. Are the ones that win the matches, and then they're going to be making more money and being higher on the card. And so you're not just being selfish; you're also protecting your own career interests. It's a really weird, fickle thing to mess with, especially because, we're just the flesh, the meatheads in the dressing room that are being peddled. And so it's weird from our perspective, we look at it, like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But it is a perception thing too. Like, you talk about that too. It's just like, hey, you have an image that you want to uphold and kind of keep going with that. And if you keep like losing and stuff like that, that gets in the fans' minds, or you think it does, at least to some of them. And you kind of want to have that balance of it all.
I've read comments online from fans that have called me both Job Van Dam and No Job Rob, I think, or something like that. And either one of those, that I have much to say about it. It's just, them.
Well, trying to get a rub from you, and you have to be somebody that wants for somebody to want to take a rub from you.
Yeah,
they don't take rub from nobody's.
Right.
Unless you got enough money and you go to the rub and tug, whatever it is.
Is that the other tag team name? There's Choke and Smoke, and then there's Rub and Tug.
Yeah. Partners of Slobber and Jobber.
Slobber and Jobber. That's
some good names.
Sabu, something that I've really enjoyed about doing this podcast is kind of learning more about the Sheik too in general, and then just how you helped Rob, and Rob talks about the Sheik helping him too. And what's a big aspect of value that you really garnered from learning from your uncle and stuff like that? If you had to choose something that really he's instilled to you in the business that you kind of convey to other people.
I only smiled when I did stuff I was proud of. I didn't like doing stuff I wasn't proud of. So I try to stay away from that. So he always said, don't do nothing you're not proud of. Now, I've done a few things I wasn't proud of, but I've done more things than I was, And even though I burned the bridge, at the time I was proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not proud now, but at the time when the bridge was burning, I go, bridge is burning, fuck you. But I always wanted to do something like they go, wouldn't you think you would have been better off if I took the money back in 1994 when they offered me to be the Sultan? I go, yeah, but I wouldn't be proud of myself. I'd be doing something that someone else told me to do. And I was becoming hot. I was becoming hot to want to conform to something else or somebody else. When I had my own momentum going and I wanted to keep it going, I didn't want help from them,
Right. Mm-hmm.
I thought they were just going to say, okay, your momentum going, go ahead. But they're saying, your momentum's going, but we want to fix it,
Right. They want to put a hat on you when you don't need a hat, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like, who knows how that would even worked out if it did? Like, maybe you could have made money, but maybe it just wasn't going to be a fit at all for you. And then that would have threw your career at a completely
it could have been, but I wouldn't have been proud of myself.
Yeah. Right, exactly, and like it could have turned out in a negative way for you, like ultimately, like if
I think it would have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you trust your instincts too.
But also, yeah, those I share those values too. Like I'm loyal first, and even if it's not best for business financially or whatever, I read a comment in the YouTubes that was saying to replace this guy. You know what I mean? And so, but I would never do that though, because you're the one that fucking put this together and came to me and somehow talked me into doing it. Right. And that same thing like with even like my book, I started doing something with a guy, and now I've had some offers, that they would do like way better now if I sold this guy out and went to the better option thing, but I'm loyal, and so my plans are to still stick with what I told this guy. You know what I mean? Like those are maybe it would be more business, but that wouldn't be me. Just like that wouldn't be Sabu. Like we wouldn't be happy with ourselves, feeling like we screwed someone over to get ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree.
That's a great philosophy. I love it. I get talk about real quick too, Sabu, just working with Giant Baba in Japan and stuff like that. I think that's.
I didn't work with him very much. I didn't work with him at all, but I worked for him.
Well, work for him. I mean, yeah, work for
a couple of tours. But Rob could tell you more about Baba than I could.
Oh yeah, he was telling us about it. Yeah, with
I didn't have I didn't wrestle for All Japan that much, or for long. I mean,
but when was it? Like 98, 99?
Yeah, 98, 99. Yeah.
Wow, that's still pretty
2000.
Neat. Man.
I worked for when everybody left and went to Noah. I worked for Mrs. Baba.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not after me, right?
Yeah, you're in WWE already, and then
I forgot about this.
Baba died, and
I did one tour with Mrs. Baba. I didn't know. I did one tour with Mrs. Baba
after Baba died.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because after Baba died, Misawa took all the wrestlers with him and made Noah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And only left a few guys, Aquata and one other guy, Kea, and whatever Loyal Americans are. Johnny Ace was gone. Everybody was gone.
Wow. I forgot that you were there after me. That's what I was there since like 93, and Sabu was FMW and he was New Japan, and then eventually, All Japan. I forgot that I thought you were just there for a short while when I was there, and that was it.
I came back after.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is there one you preferred better, FMW or New Japan, when you were at either of those?
FMW because I was more at home, but New Japan that paid more and it was nicer arenas. But in reality, FMW because I got to be, the king.
Yeah, heck yeah.
In FMW, was Louis peeing on the bus?
Yes, but in the bottle.
Okay.
Who peed in the bus?
Louis Piccoli.
Oh, Louis did. Oh, okay.
He kept saying stop the bus every half an hour to piss. Finally, I said, "You're getting too much heat. Just piss in this bottle." So he peed in the bottle. So when no one was looking behind him, he showed me the bottle of piss, and I go, "Look, he pissed in the bottle." So he said, "Oh, motherfucker, doesn't that they're mad?" So we go into a rest stop. He doesn't get out. He takes the piss and pours it out the window. I go, "Look, he's pissing out the window." They threw him off the bus. I go, "Oh, fuck. I fucked up." They fired him.
Threw him off the bus?
Threw his bags off the bus. I came back on. But he had big heat, and they fired him as soon as he got back to Tokyo. And I go, "Oh, man, it was a rib, And so that's why I got him in ECW.
Wow, how about that?
and Paul didn't want to pay him much, so I'd give him a couple hundred extra a week,
Wow, how about that?
But I owed him that. Plus, I think it was a matter of time until he gets a break anyway, which he did. He got a break with WCW, but Louis was super talented.
Yeah, he was very underrated, right? Like there was just a lot to him that just didn't. Yeah,
he was super talented.
Wow.
Rob, you're known for your 5-star frog splash, but some people don't get the star ratings they actually want in the bedroom. So no better time to bring this up. Hey, this episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. Let's talk about sex. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get the extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online. So no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. Does it work? Don't you think you need it? Try it for free for a month and see. You're going to love it. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it, baby. And we're got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free, F-R-E-E, when you use our promo code. Guess what it is? Guess what? It's RVD. That's right. Promo code RVD at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code RVD to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. One of a kind, baby.
Whew, man. Well, I tell you what, this has been a hell of a show. Sabu, talk about your podcast a little bit too and what you kind of do.
Me and my buddy Josh, my life partner. No, my my lawyer Josh. We watch it. We talk a little bit, then we watch a video of me or somebody, and we comment on it, or have a guest on there and a video of them where I watch their match with them together and comment on it.
Nice.
Know?
And that happens.
I really don't know what to say that much, but if I see something, I can just react to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good luck with Haley on your next show.
Yeah, that should be cool. And then I want to do
hello.
Next. I want to do you next.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Tell her I said, hey.
Tuesdays at 5:00.
Oh, Tuesdays at 5, you said?
Yes, every Tuesday at 5.
Every Tuesday at 5. That's on Twitch or that's on
Twitch?
Okay.
Yes.
Sweet. I'll be sure to put the links in everything too.
Yeah, please do. Please.
Absolutely. Yeah. And anything you need, you can just, feel free to email me or get a hold of me too. And I'll be happy to promote that stuff. So
sweet. Thank you.
About it. Cool. Rob, is there anything else you want to cover or do you?
I do have some words of wisdom to end the show with.
Okay. All right.
This is sissy stuff, Sabu. So, you might not like it. Yeah, cover your ears. So looking around on YouTube, I saw some headlines that took something on our show. I don't know if that's good or not when they say RVD mentioned on his One of a Kind podcast. I guess that's good. Maybe, those people have it. Yeah. Anyway, but in particular, though, it said that I said that Sammy Guevara hitting Jeff Hardy's face was his fault, right? Which I did. I said, hey, that's a high risk move. You saw that, Sabu? Jeff Hardy getting hit in the face? Oh,
no.
Oh, okay.
So Sammy Guevara
did a shooting star, and Jeff had put his knees up to block it, but then Sammy's legs actually hit Jeff's nose and busted his nose open, and I think he got knocked out. I believe
that's what they're saying. Yeah. And I was just saying, when you do high risk moves, you're taking a big risk, so it's on you if you mess up, and that's all. I mean, I've taken a lot of high risk moves out.
Say it was just because it was the guy that initiated the move's fault, right?
Yeah.
Fault, it was a mistake, but it's fault.
Yeah. So for some reason, though, that made like big news. Like RVD is calling Sammy out. Yeah. and also I saw it say that RVD says that Sammy needs to take more responsibility, and that's BS. I have no idea how much. Yeah, I have no idea how much responsibility he has or hasn't taken. So of course that's ridiculous. But it did give me an idea of something to talk about for a little RVDology as far as taking responsibility. Okay. So just to separate now from the Sammy story, I just think it's worth mentioning that a lot of people don't take enough responsibility for being in control of all the aspects of their life. Right. And you can look at that to different extents, because like if you believe it in the most absolute sense, some people say, that every situation you're in, you got yourself there. I don't believe in absolutes, so there's got to be some holes in that. But if you look at that, what that really means, let's say it's not your fault. Somebody ran a red light and T-boned you, and they crashed into you. Are you saying that's my fault? No, but from that perspective, you got in the car at least, right? I mean, you at least did that. You chose to turn down that road. I mean, you can put most things to that. When it comes to some things do happen to you. I don't know if my situation is I lost my parents. Is there a point that I can say that I put myself in that situation? I don't know. Like I said, I don't believe in absolutes. I put myself in that situation by living life, living my whole life by having them as parents. I don't know. So, but it's a pretty solid thing to go by, knowing that there's going to be some exceptions, because there's always exceptions. And I'm going to do a whole show on exceptions. I've been an exception to everything always. So, of course, I have to believe that always exists. But when it comes to responsibility, there'll be a lot of people like when it came to marijuana, the first people that would use marijuana, first it was glaucoma. But then like anybody that had a med card, like they felt like they had to explain, like, no, dog, like I really do need it, man. I have this herniated disc in my back, and like I get pain, like I can barely even sit up. Like I met like so many people around that time when it was just quasi getting legal, and everyone felt like they had to really over explain. Right. But when they're doing that, they're victimizing themselves, because they're really looking at it like that, and they're telling everybody, okay, here's why I'm a victim. And if you look at it, that's really what they're saying. I think a lot of people that get government checks because of disabilities, same thing, they'll want to stop to tell me, like, dude, I don't even have any bone in my knee anymore and stuff. Like I gotta walk with a cane if it's anymore after so many feet or whatever. And I don't want to, sound like I'm not sympathetic, but in a way, part of me is like, oh, poor you. Me and Sabu could spill out, MRIs that would tell you we shouldn't be walking. And we know that the only way we're going to get better is, like Sabu said earlier, by working out, by making ourselves move. But a lot of people instead feel entitled to sit and do nothing. And they feel entitled because they victimize themselves. One thing that people will say, and this tells you that they do not believe they're in control of what's going on in their life. They'll say things like this: well, at least it'll make my doctor happy. You think your doctor gives a shit?
Yeah.
About your health? You know what I mean? No, that's for you. That's for you and your health. And you really are in a lot more control than you realize you are. So I just wanted to say that, take a look at yourself and how much do you consider yourself a victim and thereby entitled to do nothing about it because you're being treated unfairly by the universe or whatever. And really, like, think about that. Can you say that you got yourself where you're at? I mean, to an extent, that goes a really, really, really long way, if not all the way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, it may be silly to look at it that way, but if my house burnt down right now, and I'm in it, did I get myself in that situation? Well, yeah, when I bought the house or you know what I mean? But I mean, it is though. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I could go more recent and say, yeah, when I left the fucking grill on, you know, when I left the doobie out with next to the gas tank, you know, or. But I mean, really, like for a lot of it, when you look at it, I mean, I'm here because of the narrating, navigating through life up till this point, making those decisions. That's what got me here, and owning up to just that, I think, is taking a lot of responsibility that a lot of people don't do. Because they feel entitled to not do it. So check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Cool, man. That's it, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got a couple of super chats just people wanted to make comments. Kenny Williams, thank you for the $2.97 in Canadian dollars, by the way. Smoking a fat spliff for two legends, RVD and Sabu. So there we go.
Yes.
Heck yeah, they're
what happened to mine. I smoked it already.
And then Spencer Harris, thank you for the $5. He says, RVD and Sabu, thank you guys for all your years of hard work and dedication. I have enjoyed watching you guys. Spencer from Alabama. So thank you, Spencer.
Right on.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've been to Alabama.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never been there. So how about that? I've been through there once.
Well, all right.
Super low.
Gotta change that, dude.
Gotta change it up. Go to Alabama, man. The
Unfortunately, they're one of the. Did they just get a marijuana law? They were considering it or something, but I'm pretty sure they're. I don't know. Never mind. Were they? They might have been one of the last ones. I don't know. Never mind. Producer, check that out.
Las Vegas is legal.
Yeah.
There we go. We know that. Well,
Carolinas, Georgia. I think Alabama is still one of those very last states, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I got travel brain, so I'm gonna go ahead and tap out right now and say I did all right without drooling all over myself, like slobber and jobber.
Slobber jobber, the rub and tug tag team. No, he said, Super Lux Production says real quick, the confidence you two emanated inspired me fearless. So cool.
Awesome.
Here.
Glad to inspire.
Yes. Sabu, it's been inspirational to have you on here, man. So it's been a lot of fun, man. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
Sabu, look at my fucking arm. It's crazy.
What's his arm?
You gotta start working on it.
Yeah. She told me that one time that I should start doing these things for my arms.
Oh, really?
And I was like, yeah, when I was 18, 19, or whatever, I was like, I do. and also, Nancy Sullivan asked when I just turned 21 on this trip to Jamaica, and I was wrestling Kevin Sullivan, and in the daytime, Nancy asked, like, do you work out? I was so offended because I was like, maybe she didn't see me and my wife beater. I'm huge. I'm almost 200 pounds.
Well, good stuff, guys. This was fun.
Cool. Yes, fun indeed. Thanks, guys, and I'll be on Sabu's show soon.
Keep your eyes peeled. Sabu, baby.
Boom.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Boom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, guys.